Have you ever had that nagging feeling that despite all your efforts, success remains just beyond your grasp? You dedicate yourself to your work, you jump at every chance, and yet, lasting financial security or true prosperity feels like a distant dream. But what if I told you that an element as seemingly insignificant as your front door could be subtly dictating your financial destiny? In the ancient wisdom of feng shui, your home's entrance is seen as much more than a mere passage. It is actually the very portal through which wealth, vitality, and good fortune enter your world. However, certain items positioned near this crucial space may be silently working against your success, like hidden saboteurs. Today, we will delve into 12 specific things that might be inadvertently preventing wealth from flowing into your life. Let's journey together to uncover these concealed obstacles that are holding you back from achieving true abundance. 1. Absolutely never place a waste bin directly in front of your main door. Have you ever stepped into a sacred temple and immediately noticed the atmosphere of purity and welcome at the entrance? There's no mess, no distractions, just an open, inviting space that radiates tranquility and prosperity. Now, contrast that with entering a home where the first sight that greets you is an overflowing garbage can. It feels unwelcoming, discouraging, and energetically repelling. In both Buddhist and feng shui philosophies, the flow of energy, known as qi in Chinese or prana in Indian thought, is considered the very lifeblood of harmony. Your front door is revered as the mouth of qi, the vital opening through which energy gains entry into your existence. When you position a trash bin there, you are unknowingly sending out a message of rejection, not only to financial abundance, but also to opportunities, well-being, and mental clarity. Think of money as being like a flowing stream. It naturally moves where there is open space. If your entryway is blocked by refuse, imagine it as a dam holding back the river of prosperity. You might earn income, but it will dissipate as rapidly as it arrives. It's truly no surprise that in numerous ancient traditions, cleanliness is intimately linked to divine blessings. A renowned Zen saying wisely states, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The underlying message, everyday acts of cleanliness and mindfulness purify not only our physical surroundings, but also our mental and spiritual pathways. A compelling story that perfectly illustrates this principle comes from the life of a Zen master residing in a modest monastery high in the mountains. A young disciple once inquired, "Master, how can I draw prosperity and wisdom into my life?" The master simply smiled serenely and handed him a broom. Day after day, the disciple diligently swept the temple grounds, removing fallen leaves, dust, and scattered debris. Over time, he began to perceive that as he purified the temple space, his own mind also became clearer and his thoughts more focused. The simple act of sweeping transformed into a form of meditation, a way of eliminating obstacles not just from his surroundings, but from within himself. This beautifully mirrors how our external environment profoundly affects our inner state. If we permit waste and disorder to accumulate right at the threshold of our home, we unconsciously invite stagnation into our lives. But that's not all. So, what action should you take instead? Relocate the trash bin away from your entrance and choose a more discreet, covered bin in a less prominent spot. More importantly, view this action as an act of self-respect and self-care. A clean and welcoming entryway is like an open invitation for prosperity, happiness, and clarity to step into your life. Maintain the area meticulously, perhaps adding elements that symbolize abundance, such as a flourishing potted plant, a gentle water feature, or even a simple doormat that welcomes positive energy. In Buddhist philosophy, small daily rituals possess the power to shape our destiny. If keeping your entryway clean seems insignificant, remember that every monumental transformation begins with a single, small step. To keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our minds strong and clear, the Buddha once wisely said. Similarly, maintaining your home's entrance clean is a symbolic gesture of creating space for fresh blessings to enter. The solution is straightforward. Take a moment to assess your home's entrance. Is it inviting? Does it reflect the kind of energy you wish to draw into your life? By making this seemingly small change, you align yourself with the principles of flow, clarity, and abundance, and before long, you might just discover that prosperity begins knocking at your door. Now I'm going to tell you the most important thing. 2. It's best to avoid positioning a mirror directly facing the entrance. A mirror is truly one of the most captivating items in a home. It bounces light, expands the perception of space, and adds a touch of elegance to any room. But were you aware that if its placement is not carefully considered, it could be quietly pushing prosperity away from your life? In feng shui principles, mirrors are renowned for their ability to amplify energy. When thoughtfully placed, they can enhance a room's atmosphere, bringing in light and positive vibrations. However, when positioned squarely facing the front door, a mirror achieves the opposite effect. It reflects all incoming energy straight back out. Instead of allowing opportunities, wealth, and success to settle within, the mirror functions as a force of rejection, turning them away before they even have the chance to take hold. Picture this scenario. You've worked incredibly hard, and finally, doors of opportunity are beginning to open, but just as fortune steps towards your home, the mirror sends it right back from where it came. It's as if you are perpetually on the verge of success, yet never quite able to grasp it firmly. From a Buddhist viewpoint, mirrors represent self-reflection. While introspection is a vital aspect of personal growth, excessive reflection at inappropriate times can breed doubt, hesitation, and missed opportunities. Buddha once taught, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." If your home is consistently rejecting prosperity, could it be that subconsciously you are doing the same? The positioning of your mirror might be reinforcing a pattern of struggle without your conscious awareness. A well-known Zen parable recounts the story of a student who meditated daily in front of a mirror, diligently seeking enlightenment. His master one day covered the mirror and told him, "When you cease seeking yourself in reflections, you will discover your true nature." The same principle applies to our homes. If we continually push away the prosperity that is coming towards us, we may never truly experience the abundance we desire. But that's not all. Watch to the end, and you'll find out the most important thing. Here's how to change things for the better. Reposition the mirror to a side wall where it can still reflect light effectively without obstructing the natural flow of positive energy. Utilize mirrors to amplify beauty and prosperity rather than to repel them. Ideally, the mirror should reflect something uplifting, a vibrant green plant, an inspiring piece of art, or a Buddha statue symbolizing wisdom and peace. Also, be mindful of cracked or distorted mirrors. These can symbolize fragmented energy, potentially leading to instability in your finances and emotional state. By making this small yet significant adjustment, you transform your home into a space that welcomes abundance rather than turning it away at the door. 3. It's important not to leave shoes scattered haphazardly at the doorway. Your entrance essentially sets the tone for the energy within your home. When shoes are strewn randomly at the doorway, they introduce chaotic, unbalanced energy right at the threshold. Shoes, in many cultures, symbolize movement and the journey between the external world and the sanctuary of your home. If left in disarray, they bring in the unrest, stress, and distractions of the outside world, disrupting the peace and stability that your home should ideally provide. Imagine entering a sacred temple. One of the initial things you are expected to do is respectfully remove your shoes and place them neatly. This isn't solely about cleanliness. It's about cultivating mindfulness and respect for the space you are about to enter. When we carelessly toss our shoes at the door, we reflect a lack of intention in our lives, allowing unnecessary distractions and disorganization to take root. In Buddhist practice, mindfulness in even the most minute daily rituals is a pathway to clarity and balance. When we treat our home with the same reverence as a temple, we cultivate an environment of peace, order, and prosperity. Just as monks meticulously place their sandals outside meditation halls before stepping inside, we too should be mindful of how we arrange our shoes. A tidy, well-organized entrance signals respect for your space, invites positive energy, and sets the stage for harmony within the home. The important thing is ahead. A simple and effective way to resolve this issue is by investing in a designated shoe rack or storage cabinet near the entrance. Not only does this maintain your doorway clean and free from clutter, but it also ensures that the energy in your home remains undisturbed and flows smoothly. A well-maintained entrance reflects an inner sense of discipline, focus, and receptivity, all essential qualities for inviting abundance and overall well-being into your life. 4. It's best to avoid having a chimney positioned directly facing the front door. Fire is an incredibly potent force. It can provide warmth, transformation, and sustain life, but when uncontrolled, it also possesses the power to destroy. A chimney directly facing your front door introduces an overwhelming fire element, disrupting the essential balance of harmony and stability. Feng Shui principles caution that excessive fire energy can lead to financial instability, rapid loss of wealth, and increased tensions within the household. It's akin to a flame burning too intensely, consuming everything in its path before prosperity even has a chance to settle in. The remedy lies in balance. Just as Buddhist teachings emphasize the middle way, a path of moderation to avoid extremes, the same principle applies to your living space. To counteract the excessive fire energy from a chimney facing your entrance, introduce grounding elements to restore balance. Place lush green plants near the doorway to symbolize consistent growth and renewal. Consider incorporating a small decorative water feature, as water naturally counterbalances fire by cooling its intensity and fostering a sense of fluidity and abundance. By thoughtfully integrating these elements, you transform your home from a space of tension and imbalance into a sanctuary where stability, prosperity, and peace can flourish. 5. Absolutely never allow withered or dying plants to remain at your entrance. Plants are far more than just decorative items. They are living symbols of growth, vitality, and prosperity itself. In Feng Shui, healthy plants enhance the smooth flow of positive energy, encouraging financial stability and personal well-being. But what happens when those plants begin to wither and die? They cease to represent life and abundance, and instead symbolize stagnation and decay. Imagine entering a home where the first thing you see is a dying plant, its leaves brittle, its color faded, its energy completely lifeless. This subtly sends a message of neglect, both to visitors and to the universe at large. Just as a thriving plant signifies a thriving life, a wilting plant suggests a lack of care, attention, and energetic flow. In Buddhist philosophy, impermanence is a fundamental truth of existence, but that doesn't mean we should permit decay to define our immediate surroundings. If you notice plants at your entrance struggling, take immediate action. Trim away dead leaves, adjust their watering or sunlight routine, or replace them entirely with fresh greenery. Treat this as a mindful practice, an opportunity to nurture life, and in doing so, welcome new opportunities into your space. Just as we must regularly attend to our inner growth and development, we must also tend to our external environment. A well-cared-for plant is a direct reflection of a well-cared-for life. By keeping your entrance vibrant and full of life force, you cultivate an energy of renewal, prosperity, and positivity that extends into every facet of your home and your life. 6. It is not advisable to hang wind chimes directly above the front door. Wind chimes possess a naturally soothing quality. Their delicate melodies dance with the breeze, creating a calming atmosphere of tranquility. However, while their presence can indeed enhance positive energy when placed correctly, hanging wind chimes directly above the front door can generate disharmony rather than balance. Instead of acting as a welcoming chime of prosperity, they may actually disrupt the natural flow of energy, potentially causing instability in your home's financial and emotional well-being. In Buddhist thought, sound carries profound significance and meaning. The resonance of bells and chimes is often utilized in temples to signify mindfulness, spiritual awakening, and the clearing away of negative energy. However, when sound becomes disruptive rather than harmonious, it can disturb the balance of energy rather than enhance it. Just as excessive noise can create mental clutter and confusion, an inappropriately placed wind chime can generate energetic confusion right at the entrance of your home. Imagine a door as a portal, not just for physical entry and exit, but also for energy to flow freely. If chimes hang directly above, their vibrations may inadvertently scatter the qi entering your home, making it more challenging for prosperity, stability, and harmony to settle in and take root. It's similar to attempting to meditate in a location with constant background noise. It's incredibly difficult to find inner clarity amidst the disruption. Now I'm going to tell you the gist. A more beneficial approach, instead of placing wind chimes directly above the entrance, consider relocating them to a garden, a side window, or a patio area where their sound can genuinely enhance rather than interfere with the energy flow. Let them serve as a gentle reminder of peace and mindfulness, positioned in a way that their sound adds to the serenity of your space rather than disrupting its natural energy flow. By mindfully placing wind chimes in spaces where they can truly elevate the atmosphere, you ensure that the energy in your home remains balanced, welcoming, and aligned with prosperity. 7. It's best to avoid positioning a water faucet directly in front of your main door. Water is one of the most potent symbols in feng shui. It represents wealth, abundance, and the natural, fluid flow of energy. But just as a river can nourish and sustain life, it can also erode and wash things away. A water faucet positioned directly in front of your entrance is like an open drain, allowing prosperity to slip away before it even has a chance to accumulate within. Imagine pouring water into a cracked vessel. No matter how much you pour, the water will invariably escape and be lost. This is precisely what symbolically happens when financial energy flows out of your home due to misplaced water elements. You might find yourself consistently earning money, but continuously struggling to save or retain it. Just as in life where mindfulness and discipline are essential to effectively manage resources, your home also requires energetic boundaries to retain wealth. In Buddhist philosophy, water symbolizes both impermanence and adaptability. It teaches us that while we must learn to go with the flow of life, we should also establish strong foundations so that abundance stays with us and nourishes our lives. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf, as Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said. Similarly, rather than allowing wealth to simply drain away, we can intentionally redirect the flow with thoughtful adjustments. To counteract this energy imbalance, strategically position potted plants around the faucet area to help redirect the energy flow back towards your home. Plants represent growth, grounding, and stability. They act as a natural energetic buffer, ensuring that prosperity stays within your home rather than slipping away unnoticed. Additionally, if physically moving the faucet is a feasible option, consider relocating it to a side garden or backyard where it won't directly impact the energy of your entrance. By making this adjustment, you are sending a clear and powerful message to the universe. You are ready to receive, preserve, and nurture your wealth in a mindful and intentional manner. 8. It's important not to keep a broken or damaged doormat at your entrance. A doormat is far more than just a piece of fabric beneath your feet. It is the symbolic threshold between the outside world and the sanctuary of your home. In feng shui principles, it acts as a guardian, absorbing external energies, both positive and negative, before they cross into your living space. But what happens when your doormat is torn, dirty, or visibly worn out? Instead of serving as a protector, it becomes an open invitation for negative energy to enter, signaling neglect and stagnation right at your doorstep. Imagine visiting a temple. The path leading to the sacred hall is invariably clean, impeccably well kept, and warmly inviting. This meticulous attention to detail is not merely for aesthetics. It deeply represents respect for the sacred space and the potent energy contained within. The same principle applies directly to your home. A broken or neglected doormat sends an unspoken message to the universe, essentially saying, "I don't truly care about what kind of energy enters my home." Buddhist teachings consistently emphasize mindfulness in even the smallest, seemingly insignificant aspects of daily life. Every step you take is a step towards enlightenment, as Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully put it. The very first step into your home should be one of intention, consciously inviting positivity and prosperity to enter. A fresh, clean doormat ensures that your entrance remains a space of welcome, not one of energetic rejection. To fully harness the potential of this often overlooked detail, regularly replace or thoroughly clean your doormat. Choose one that resonates with the specific energy you want to invite into your home, perhaps a rich, grounding color like deep red for stability and security, or vibrant green for growth and renewal. Consider selecting one with a meaningful inscription or symbol, something that reminds you daily of the peace and abundance you are actively seeking. A well-maintained doormat accomplishes far more than simply improving curb appeal. It acts as a silent yet remarkably powerful force, filtering out negativity and effectively setting the energetic tone for everything that follows within your home. By making this seemingly small adjustment, you are not just transforming your doorstep, you are subtly yet profoundly shifting your entire energy field, creating a home that radiates warmth, prosperity, and deep inner harmony. 9. It's best to avoid keeping old or rusty metal objects anywhere near your entrance. Every object carries its own unique energetic signature, and metal, in particular, is deeply symbolic of strength, protection, and stability. But when metal becomes old, rusted, and generally neglected, it no longer effectively represents these positive qualities. Instead, it signals decay, stagnation, and lost potential. Keeping rusty or broken metal objects close to your entrance could be subtly influencing your life in undesirable ways that you may not even consciously realize. Imagine stepping into a home where the very first thing you visually encounter is a rusted lock, an old corroded mailbox, or a disorganized pile of unused metal tools. These objects silently whisper a story of neglect, a noticeable lack of care, and an unspoken message that new opportunities are not genuinely welcome here. In Buddhism, we are taught the fundamental impermanence of all things. Everything inevitably ages. Everything is constantly changing. But clinging tightly to what is broken and no longer functional instead of gracefully letting it go only serves to create unnecessary suffering in our lives. Think of it in this way. If you are persistently clinging to old, rusted metal right at your doorstep, it might be energetically mirroring something deeper within you, perhaps an unconscious attachment to outdated beliefs, lingering fears about financial insecurity, or an underlying unwillingness to fully embrace new beginnings and opportunities. Buddha once wisely said, "You only lose what you cling to." If your sincere desire is to welcome prosperity into your life, sometimes you must first consciously release what is no longer positively serving you. So, take a moment right now to carefully inspect your front entrance area. Are there rusted keys you no longer have any use for, old locks that no longer function properly, metal furniture that has been left outside to decay and rust? Clear these stagnant objects away completely. Replace them with clean, well-maintained pieces that actively reflect a fresh start and renewed energy. A polished door handle, a sturdy and beautiful mailbox, or a well-kept wind chime can collectively make a significant difference in positively shifting the overall energy around your home. By consciously clearing out these stagnant and decaying elements, you open the door, both literally and metaphorically, to new beginnings, fresh opportunities, and a renewed sense of stability and unwavering confidence in both your financial and personal life. 10. It's important not to let your house number be faded, damaged, or unclear in any way. A house number is much more than just a practical address identifier. It's a potent symbol of how easily opportunities can find their way directly to you. In feng shui principles, clear visibility directly represents openness to prosperity, and a house number that is difficult to read, worn out, or obscured can subtly act as an energetic block to abundance. Think of it in this straightforward way. If visitors or delivery personnel consistently struggle to easily locate your home, how can good fortune be expected to find you? Your house number functions like an energetic beacon, guiding positive energy and financial luck right to your doorstep. When it is faded, broken, or unclear, it essentially creates an invisible energetic wall, making it unnecessarily difficult for new blessings and opportunities to reach you and your home. In Buddhist thought, clarity is absolutely key to a truly fulfilled and successful life journey. The path is not in the sky, the path is in the heart, Buddha once wisely said. Just as we must diligently cultivate inner clarity within ourselves to effectively navigate life's complexities, we must also actively ensure that our external world directly reflects the same openness and readiness to receive all that life has to offer. A well-lit, highly visible house number sends a clear energetic message that you are genuinely open to new opportunities, new relationships, and increased wealth and abundance in your life. So, take a moment right now to carefully inspect your home's address number. Is it clear and easy to read from the street, even at a distance? Is it properly illuminated at night, making it easily visible in darkness? Consider refreshing the paint, replacing worn-out numbers with new ones, or even investing in a modern, attractively designed, and well-lit plaque. A clean, vibrant, and clearly visible house number does far more than simply improve your home's curb appeal. It energetically aligns your entire home with the positive vibrations of prosperity and good fortune. By ensuring your house number is consistently visible, inviting, and well-maintained, you effectively remove yet another unseen energetic barrier to success, allowing luck and abundance to effortlessly find their way directly to you with ease. 11. It's best to avoid positioning a clock anywhere near the main door. A clock is much more than just a tool for keeping track of time. It carries a subtle yet significant symbolic energy that can unconsciously influence the way we perceive life's opportunities and challenges. Placing a clock near the main entrance may initially seem harmless or even convenient, but in feng shui, it can inadvertently create an unconscious feeling of urgency, unnecessary pressure, and even an underlying sense of scarcity. Imagine constantly being subtly reminded that time is relentlessly slipping away every single time you walk through your front door. This can easily lead to increased stress, heightened anxiety, and a persistent mindset focused on limitation rather than abundance and possibility. In Buddhist philosophy, time is often viewed as a construct, even an illusion. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment, Buddha wisely advised. When we become excessively fixated on time, constantly counting, measuring, and worrying about deadlines, we subtly distance ourselves from the natural, flowing rhythm of life itself. A clock positioned at your entrance effectively reinforces this sense of time-related stress, subtly signaling that time is constantly running out, which can negatively contribute to financial worries and a general lack of inner peace within your home. Instead of placing a clock at the doorway, consider repositioning it in the living room, home office, or other interior spaces where it serves a practical function without imposing subconscious pressure or anxiety. A dedicated workspace or study area is a much more energetically suitable place for timekeeping devices, where they can effectively support productivity and time management without inadvertently generating unnecessary anxiety or stress. If you absolutely must have a clock relatively near your entryway, opt for a decorative piece that blends seamlessly with the surrounding decor rather than an oversized or overly prominent one that draws undue attention. Additionally, ensure that all clocks throughout your home are consistently functioning properly and accurately. A stopped or broken clock symbolically represents stagnation and missed opportunities, something we actively want to avoid in our conscious pursuit of a prosperous and harmonious life. By being consistently mindful of precisely where you place your clocks within your home, you consciously create an environment that actively fosters balance, inner peace, and an abundance-focused mindset rather than one that is unconsciously dictated by limitations and looming deadlines. 12. It's best to avoid hanging family photos directly at the entrance to your home. Family is undeniably the very heart and soul of any home, and photographs capturing cherished family moments serve as powerful visual reminders of love, deep connection, and a strong sense of belonging. However, precisely where you choose to place these deeply personal images within your home can have a surprisingly profound impact on the overall energy of your living space. Hanging family photos directly at the entrance may initially seem like a warm, welcoming, and personal touch, but in feng shui principles, it can actually have unintended and potentially undesirable energetic consequences. The entrance of your home is fundamentally a space of energetic transition, a dynamic place where external energies are constantly flowing both in and out. By prominently placing deeply personal family portraits in this transitional zone, you inadvertently expose these sacred images to constantly shifting energies, potentially disturbing the inherent harmony and balance of your entire household. Think of it metaphorically like placing a delicate and precious flower in a drafty hallway. It simply will not thrive in an environment characterized by constant movement and external energetic influences. Buddhism profoundly teaches the importance of diligently safeguarding and protecting the people and things that matter most deeply to us in life. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame, the Buddha wisely said. Our beloved families inherently deserve the same level of energetic protection and mindful placement within our homes. By thoughtfully keeping family photos in more intimate and energetically stable spaces like living rooms, bedrooms, or private hallways, you consciously create a nurturing and supportive environment where these vital family connections are effectively strengthened and deepened rather than being unnecessarily exposed to potentially disruptive external fluctuations. If your cherished family portraits are currently displayed directly at your entrance, consider mindfully relocating them to more energetically supportive spaces within your home where they can continue to inspire feelings of deep love and warmth without unintended energetic interference. A thoughtfully placed family photo in a living room effectively fosters connection and shared storytelling among family members. A cherished portrait in a bedroom powerfully reinforces a sense of personal security and deep belonging. The ultimate goal is to consciously honor the unique energetic significance of these deeply personal images by carefully placing them in spaces that actively support their intended purpose and positive emotional impact. By making this seemingly simple yet energetically significant shift, you ensure that the profound love within your family remains consistently shielded, harmonious, and fundamentally free from potentially disruptive outside energetic disturbances, allowing for even deeper bonds and greater overall stability within your home. Now that you are fully aware of these 12 hidden obstacles that may be subtly blocking your path to increased wealth and abundance, take a moment of quiet reflection to carefully evaluate your own home's entrance area. Making even seemingly small adjustments based on this ancient wisdom can ultimately lead to profound positive shifts in both your financial prosperity and your overall personal well-being. Share your experiences and insights in the comments section below, and let us know which specific change you plan to implement first in your own home. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for even more valuable wisdom and practical guidance on consciously creating a truly abundant and harmonious life.